Team press, a very effective defensive tactic in FIFA 22, can win you games, but it can also lose you games. This is my complete guide to team press in FIFA 22.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for it. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We talked about AussieFIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
First of all, how to team press in FIFA 22. It's on your D-pad. You just have to press down and then to the left, and that will activate team press once you press to the left with the D-pad, and your players will all of a sudden rush up and put pressure onto your opponent. There is a certain area on the pitch which I highly recommend you guys activating team press when you are defending against your opponent, and that is when your opponent has the ball halfway between the halfway line and the byline. More specifically, it's when your opponent is deep in his own half, which I highly recommend you guys activating team press. The reason being is because if you activate it when your opponent is too far up the pitch, heading towards that halfway line, or even in your defensive half, team press is not as effective, and you will find it will leave gaps open for you so that your opponent has easy through ball options when you are defending against him. However, if he is deep in his own half, I find that most of the time he will get boxed in and he will have very little option but to boot it up the pitch, and most of the time, lads, he won't do that. The purpose of activating team press when your opponent is deep in his own half is because you want to suffocate him. You want to have your team pressing him instantaneously when he doesn't expect it, when he is in his own half, so that you can catch him out and win the ball. I find a lot of the time the opponent will not know what to do, and he will buckle under pressure in these situations. Another time which I highly recommend you guys activating team press is when your opponent is not facing forwards, and in fact he has his back towards you, or at least when he is facing sideways to you. The reason for this is because when he has his back towards you, he is not facing forward, which means he is no longer a threat to you. So you can activate team press, pressure him, and hopefully catch him out when he doesn't expect it. A lot of the time, once he's facing backwards and you've activated team press, the only option he will have is to pass it back to his goalkeeper, and a lot of the time he will not do that. So in these situations, you will have a very good chance at winning back the ball, counter-attacking him, and getting yourself into a goal scoring opportunity. My final tip for activating team press in FIFA 22 is that if you can see that you are being outplayed and that your opponent is very good at getting away from that press, and this will usually be when he manages to get the ball up into his attackers. If he manages to do this, then I highly recommend you guys deactivate team press so that your defenders can get back into position to prevent yourself from conceding a counter attack. It's simple to do this. It's the same as activating it. You just turn it off and basically you will be able to cancel that team press to then hopefully get back into your defensive formation. There you have it, lads. That's my complete tutorial to activating and utilizing team press in FIFA 22. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and as always I'll give myself a plug. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter. I'm doing tutorials over there, lads, so go and check a follow over me over there, and I will keep in touch with you. But as always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, and goodbye.